Hey folks, my name is Enriquez and you are watching Uncensored.
This is Enriquez. Nickname Blackhand of the Mexican Mafia. Prison gang politics.
Well, we're going to continue with the series Wicked Women. And we just ran the Michael Sperling interview when he was actually incarcerated. And that was pretty lengthy. It was about an hour long, and it gave you some insight into what the investigation was about. That Michael Sperling and his wife were running part of the wayside facilities for Fox Tapia, or Jose Landa Tapia Rodriguez. He's got about 1,000 names. Well, that's old Uncle Fester. Remember Uncle Fester? Well, this is Uncle Fester's crew taking over after Lalo had overdosed in the county jail. And some speculate that that was a hot shot, an intentional overdose. But there's really no supporting evidence for that, right? There has not been one debrief. There has not been any corroborating evidence that that was an intentional overdose administered by somebody else. Because let's face it, Lalo was a heroin addict. He was a hope to die doping. That's really what he was about, using drugs. And it was self-administered. All that was proven. So it'd be really hard to prove. In any event, there is some credence to the fact that he was not well liked, Lalo. In specificity, I spoke to a couple people who were in and around the area at the time of his death. Some of the camaradas, close associates to the organization, didn't call immediately for assistance. If they had, he might have been revived. But by the time they called man down, he was already expired. And I heard that they also stole his shoes out of his cells. They fished his shoes out of his cell before they called man down. It's kind of reminiscent of the time that Musk from Maravilla died in Pelican Bay and everybody took showers before man down was called, and he had already expired in the floor of his cell, excuse me. But it's kind of like that, right? So there's some credence to that because I've experienced something almost similar to that, right? Exactly like that, to be honest. So we're talking about Michael Sperling. This involves Lalo Martinez, but primarily Fox Tapia. This is Fox putting people in position. And you heard his interview with law enforcement. And that was surprising because he's sitting there talking for over an hour and admits talking to OSJ and being cool with them. And that's like a huge rule violation. But here you're going to see the serving of a laeme warrant, R-A-M-E-Y, right? That's where no charges have been filed and the search warrant is being executed to preserve evidence, right? It's signed by a judge, it's a search warrant, and they're going to search Lisa Barboa's trailer. I'm going to let you watch the video. Then I'll come back and we'll talk about that for a second. Hope you enjoy the video.
Okay, today's date is July 18th. It's now 0600 hours. This is Detective Duncan. I'm at 1258 Rosemont Boulevard in Rosemont, California. Space number 38. This is the pre-search video. Can you shine your light in here? Just.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's not smoggy in here.
Something was moving back
I was
there.
gonna say, I thought I saw something.
Yeah, right there.
Like a cat or something back there.
Yeah.
Or a rat or.
Yeah. Is there a light switch? You see something? Yeah. There we go. Thanks.
Yeah, probably no working lights.
No. Ugh. The hell that goes up?
Back out to the front.
Yeah. Goes outside.
That room is outside?
Yeah, I think that's because that's a window right there. I'm gonna walk around the outside of it. Then. And that's that. Yeah, there's that other door. It's nailed shut though. See it? It's now 5 after 6. That concludes the pre-search video. What is your name?
Lisa
Lisa what?
Barboa,
What's your birth date?
11/27/74.
And you live here in space 38?
Yes.
Okay, is there any large sums of money or anything in there? No? Okay.
The only cash I have is in my wallet.
How much is that?
$100 from my paycheck. I think there should be like $120.
120. It's in your wallet? And is that inside the trailer? Okay, thank you.
I need to use the restroom. Back.
Okay.
And is there any way I can speak to the investigator, see if I can see my kids or if my 18-year-old can get them?
Yeah, I'll ask him.
Okay, before CPS takes my babies, please.
Okay, today's day is July 18th. It's now 7:42 in the morning. This is Detective Duncan. 1258 Rosamond Boulevard in Rosamond, space number 38. This is the post-search video. There was some damage through forced entry. copy of the search warrant. And that concludes the post-search video.
There you have it, folks. She was living in squalor. I mean, it evokes these feelings of empathy, right? Like, to be in poverty is one thing, but to live in squalor is another. In fact, they took all of her kids that day, the Child Protective Services, because it was such a horrid living condition. And I certainly empathize with not having money. But this is supposed to be the mob, right? And this is a primary secretary for Michael Sperling and Fox Tapia. You would think that these guys would care for the people who are putting their lives on the line. You'd think that they would make sure that they're at least comfortable and had enough food in the refrigerator and had a clean place to live, but that's not the case. This is a peek into the ugliness of the organization, how they use people, dispose of them, and they don't care. Nobody got an attorney for her. Nobody bailed her out. Nobody helped them. They were left to their own design after that. And, you know, it shocks me, right, that people think they could outwit these detectives. There's Johnny Clark and Chris Brandon. Like, Chris Brandon's he's dangerous, right? So is Johnny Clark. They know the Mexican Mafia well. And they're not going there on a whim. They have everything they need. Their ducks are in a row. I mean, they're taking people down, right? And that's what this is. They're executing search warrants and arrest warrants, and they're going to indict people. But during the conversation at 17:55, Lisa Barboa says, "I need a lawyer, because me talking to you is going to get me into some trouble." Right then, right there, she invoked her Fifth Amendment right. But she continues to talk. Clark tells her that he understands, and if you want a lawyer, we can stop right now. And then she goes on and says, if I can answer it, I will. I have already put myself in jeopardy. What else do I have to lose? So she admittedly waived her right to remain silent. She does that right there. First she invokes her right, then she invokes it, then she revokes it, which made no sense to me at all, right? It made no sense to me at all. But it shows you the capabilities of Johnny Clark and Chris Brandon in their interrogation skills. You know, when they lawyer up, they call it lawyering up, right? I think the average detective would just say, "Okay, cool, I'm out of here. You lawyer it up. That's it." But they got her to talk. They got her to incriminate herself. This is a damning piece of evidence, right, in the interview. This is a synopsis of the interview that I'm showing you here. And I'm going to run the interview next. After her arrest comes an interview. And it's lengthy. It's lengthy. It's going to be another humdinger. I think you guys will be surprised. So that's her arrest. That's the arraignment warrant being served. And that's the video of her trailer where she lived. This is a reflection of how some of the key people in the mob live. And it's unfortunate for the children. I really feel horrible for the children that were taken from their mother. But I think anything is better than living like that. But I'm not judging. I truly am not. I'm not judging these individuals for being impoverished. I am a little taken aback by living in squalor. That's a whole different squalor and filth. That's a whole different level right there. And I think anybody with half a heartbeat would feel the same way. Like, why would you have kids living like that? Regardless of how little money you had, even if it was a tent in the street, at least have it clean, you know? But with that said, I'll close this out. Just wanted you to have something to watch on a Saturday. We're going to continue with the Michael Sperling, Lisa Barboa case. And again, this leads into Dirty Thirds and Fox Tapia and Lalo Martinez. This is all interconnected. Like I said, this stuff is incestuous. Every case relates to another case, and they're all interconnected. So, I mean, it's a tangled web, but you guys are learning the characters, and it's an educational process. Even for me, I learn as I go along. So I hope you enjoyed the video and the commentary, and we're going to be coming with the interview next. So stand by. With that said, folks, peace out. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend.
This is Rene Enriquez. Nickname Boots.